Hey guys, Cam from 15, joined by my co-host Red Wolf, and we are back at it again. This time on Friday.
Yes. No excuses this time. We're
No
just doing it.
excuses. Even though I did see Buzz Lightyear, the Buzz Lightyear movie that came out today. It was a short movie actually, and hey, got back on time for the review, and we're good. And another good episode of Dragon Quest Adventure of Die, with the nice cliffhanger at the end of Lara Hart coming in to save the day.
This is another really good episode. OMG.
If I could say cheers to that, cheers to that.
I wish I had a drink with me right now.
Anyways, let's get into this week's episode. Now, let's kind of take away. It felt like to me, it looked now based on the next episode preview, or based on the last episode preview from last week, it looked like we'd be focusing a lot on the Yvonne versus Mystervearn match. Not really. We kind of focus on the Mystervearn stuff here.
I mean, hey, at least they're not rushing things.
So with what happens with the Mystervearn Yvonne stuff is they're pretty much dueling and they're fighting and everything, and Yvonne gets an Yvonne Strash off on Mystervearn and it damages him a lot. And pretty much Yvonne kind of tells Mystervearn, "Oh, you thought that was my strength when I cut your mask. I was just holding back."
Yeah, I could have easily wounded you if I wanted to.
Yeah, I think this is just a way to piss Mystervearn off any more than he already is pissed off because he's wearing his mask of rage. So yeah, that's kind of where that is going now. So yeah, he pretty much says he doesn't intend on dying here. He doesn't intend on being a sacrifice, and that's kind of it. So that's kind of where that plot line's going. Wonder when we're gonna cut back to that fight and get a legitimate full episode to that. Maybe not next week since Lars come into the picture, but more than likely in 2 weeks. Now this episode, like I said, was centered around Mystervearn and his temptations.
Yeah, that's what I call cruelty.
Yeah, so anyways, the thing is Mystervearn's kind of egging Die on. He's like, your master's not gonna make it out of this alive. He's as good as dead. And guess what? You guys have to fight me if you want to get to my master. Now, Die, he just can't take it no more, and he starts charging in. But Leona stops him and is like, no, listen, we should not be focusing on this guy because he's just trying to distract us. He's trying to get you guys at a weak point, so when we get to Vern, you guys won't have enough strength to fight him. He's just egging you guys on. And pretty much everybody else kind of tells Leona to, well, it was mostly Mom that said it, but they, in a, I guess, a kind, gentleman way, they pretty much kind of told her to shut up. Because they're not about that. They're more worried about Yvonne and everything. And, they're like, listen, we got to do something. We got to stop Mystervearn because they believe stopping Mystervearn will bring Yvonne back, which, no, it isn't. So as Dai's charging in for an attack, what happens?
Leona, or should I say best girl right now, threw a feather and threw a feather of light and stops Die in his tracks.
And how does she manage to get a hold of these feathers?
Well, Yvonne entrusted them to her because he knew something like this would happen.
Yes. Care to explain in a skimming way how their discussion went?
I think you'll take it because I think you'll explain it better than I can.
Yeah, Yvonne kind of predicted this, that he would get caught into a trap and everything, and that obviously his students would be far more worried about him than they are on the main overarching goal. And pretty much he goes on to tell Leona, listen, just use this line, trust in the hero or follow in the hero or something like that. And you'll be led to victory pretty much. And he kind of tells Leona, what he did when he went up against Hadlar back in the day is pretty much his party did most of the fighting for him as they let him go on to go fight Hadlar. And we get a quick flashback to where mom's dad and mom pretty much told Yvonne, listen, go on, go stop Hadlar. We got this. Let us focus on this. And it's the whole typical thing. It's a typical anime trope. When it comes to the main character and his friends or companions, typically it's always, especially in these phases of fights, the companions typically tell the main character, go take on the main bad guy. We'll focus on this guy right here and stuff like that. They kind of did that in the My Hero Academia Two Heroes movie, when the bad guys were right there and then Deku's companions would tell him, listen, you go on and stuff like that. But that was pretty much the thing. And Yvonne's like, listen, you need to, if it gets to this point, remind the others of this and they will listen to you. So I entrust you with this. You're pretty much kind of, in some ways, a little bit like the leader that I guess you can say cools the tensions and regroups the group to get back on the main task at hand. So they run off and they go take out the traps that were along the way and stuff like that. But Leona's like, listen, Dai, you need to come and take on Dark King Vern because he's pretty much egging you on. Mystervearn's egging you on. He wants you to battle him so you get weaker. So by the time you get up to Dark King Vern, guess what? You're pretty much gonna get killed within one hit because you're weakened. Everything. And even Yvonne in their talk said, listen, Dai's sword is the one thing that can defeat Vern. So we need that. So the thing is, Dai, he's like, but, and Leona's like, listen, just listen to me out. Let's go take on Vern and stuff like that. And Dai's like, okay. But Mystervearn, he's like, Dai, but wait. He tries to impale Dai with one of his long fingernails, but Popp ends up blocking the attack with his extended power pole staff. And pretty much he's holding Mystervearn back, and then Mom comes in to join and help him, everything. And they're like, listen, go ahead, Dai, go take down Vern. We got this and everything. And Dai's like, are you sure? And he's like, listen, we're your friends. We can trust you and stuff. Like, you can trust us. So that's the whole thing there and everything. They make funny moments in terms of romance between Popp and Mom, which was hilarious.
Yes.
Although Mom is like, oh, please, you don't need to compare yourself to Hinako to impress me or something like that. I'm like,
Ara.
And it was funny too, because after they get down to the first level and Pop's like, well, it seems like we the lovers will be fighting together.
Stay focused, Pop.
Yeah, Mom was like, you need to stay focused, yo.
She was blushing.
Oh yeah, she was blushing. Popp is ready to get it on with Mom.
Oh my god, I'm gonna remember that for days.
It was funny. It was funny. In the meantime, what is Popp and Mom's strategy to go against Mystervearn?
Popp distracts him with weak spells, while Mom charges in with a refractor fist.
Yes, and Mom pretty much recalls the whole aspect of that when she last dished out an attack. She could see that there could potentially be human or darkling under the hood. We don't know what it is, but Mom's like, listen, let's do this plan, and my refractor fist should affect him to the point he should be badly damaged at least. So Popp fires off some bang spells to distract Mystervearn, but Mystervearn's pretty much just like, you call this power? Trash.
It's not even worth absorbing nor reflecting.
Yeah. But Popp is like, yeah, but I'm just doing this to get my friend to hit you. And Mom comes through the smoke and dishes out a punch and then a refractor fist straight in the face. And also the undergarment starts to cut a bit like last time. And again, you see Mystervearn's face and everything. Well, not his full face. You kind of see his jaw structure. And again, Mom puts a refractor fist straight to the face. And what happens?
Mystervearn just smirks and suddenly starts wrapping up both Mom and Popp in his bendy little fingers.
Yes. You want to take this part? Oh, no, I got it.
You got it, man.
Okay, so he's pretty much choking the life out of them, and it's kind of a way. And in the meantime, Dai stupidly is looking back.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, he's worried about his friends because he doesn't know if he'll be able to take them on. And he starts running down. And the other's like, no, don't do it. Don't run, Dai. Don't come save us. We got this. But pretty much, Dai fell for Mystervearn's trap. Popp kind of puts one and one together. He's like, wait, he just lessened up for the resistance on our throats. So I could talk to him and say, don't do it. But Dai is going to go try to save us regardless. And when he does, he's just going to kill us anyways and just probably break our necks or squeeze the life out of us. He's like falling for the trap, and Mystervearn's like, ha, 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 you fell for it, damn it, you idiot. And it looks like Popp and Maam are going to be killed off. But what happens next?
Suddenly, an attack from a certain spear suddenly strikes Mystervearn from behind, dropping both Mom and Popp. And guess who shows up just in the nick of time before Dai does something stupid?
Good old Larhart. Now, Mom thought it was Huneful because the shading and the shadowing and stuff like that she's looking at, but it's Larhart, and he's here to save the day, and that's where the episode ends off. So next week will be Larhart, Popp, and Maam, I guess, versus Mystervearn, as well as telling Dai that Baron entrusted his will in him to protect Dai. So yeah, again, it was a solid episode. Very much enjoyed this week's episode. Mystervearn and his craftiness knows no bounds. I definitely can't wait to see what's under the hood and him to finally be defeated for good.
Dang, Mystervearn has been such a savage lately.
He kind of has been. He really has been, to be honest.
Yeah. Especially as remember all the stuff he said to Zabarera? I was like, oh, yes.
Yeah, I guess when you're the strongest left, then you can say whatever you freely want.
Yep.
So yeah, but other than that, it's gonna be very interesting to see where it's gonna go now. But definitely looking forward to next Friday. Anyways, guys, if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai, as well as hit the subscribe button to my channel, but not only my channel, my co-host channel. Leave a link in the description below. Hit the subscribe button. When you do hit the subscribe button to both our channels, hit that notification bell icon so you're up to date with whatever we upload to the channel or to our individual channels. I know my co-host over here, when Fall Guys finally goes free, he will be doing recordings. Now, I'll be playing alongside him. I just don't know if my voice will be in the video.
Oh yeah, I'll keep you in the call while I put the recording. I hope it'll get your voice. That's what I'm worried about. But this is just a little test to see how it goes.
Yeah. But expect Fall Guys, I guess, content on my friend's channel over here. We would be getting, I guess, Mario Strikers Battle League content to you guys, but Switch Lite doesn't provide recording spaces.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unless my co-host over here upgrades to Switch full-time in terms of main Switch, then I guess that's a possibility. But then again, he would have to restart the game all over again.
Yeah, I had to buy everything all over again, man.
Yeah, well, you just need to buy a Switch. It's just whatever games you played on your Switch, you just start from the beginning like it was brand new. Because for some reason, the Switch isn't like the DS to where cartridges you put in save the data on the cartridge. You put it on a new Switch, it's new data right there. If you ask me, that makes absolutely no freaking sense, but okay. Anyways, yeah, so look forward to that. Maybe you can get also, we're playing Knockout City, so maybe you can record some Knockout City content too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But maybe not today. We're just probably gonna play for fun, anyways, guys. Anyways, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Hopefully, you guys have a great rest of your day and are now watching this video. Until then, guys, stay safe out there. See you guys later. Peace.
Peace.